Hi, my sweet one. Welcome back to our space of stillness. Welcome back to this place of rest, this place of safety. I'm Tree. There is no comparison here, no rushing, just a quiet stretch of time set aside only for you. You don't need to earn attention by being impressive. You don't need to trade perfection for acceptance. Right now, let's use this meditation to gently gather back the pieces of yourself that the world has drained away, and to redefine the self you once set down so easily. Let's say it together with certainty. I am worthy. I am enough. I deserve to be seen, even when I'm not perfect. I deserve to be cherished, even when I'm still a little clumsy. Have you had moments like this? In a room full of people, you're always the one filling the silence, always the one cleaning up after everyone else. And a single awkward pause can leave you unsettled for hours. In a conflict, you're the first to apologize, the first to give in. Even when your heart is aching, even as you quietly wonder if the fault was yours all along. Late at night, your mind replays the day, every small thing you think you got wrong. You are harder on yourself than you'd ever be on anyone else. So hard that you don't allow yourself a single misstep. So hard that you can't quite let a compliment land because some quiet voice inside keeps warning you. Don't mistake their politeness for the truth. Take a deep breath in. Let it go slowly. Close your eyes. Today, let's help this tired, uncertain self. Let's set down the verdict you keep handing yourself. Believe this. Even on your clumsiest days, even in your hesitation, you still deserve applause. You still deserve to be caught gently by this world. You deserve a worth that doesn't rise or fall with your achievements, that doesn't waver with anyone's opinion. Because your existence, just as it is already whole. It needs no proof. Now, let that wholeness settle into your breath. Breathe in deeply. And let everything you've given away to the outside world flow slowly back into your body. Breathe out. And release the verdict. Release the quiet belief that you are still not quite enough. When we live for too long inside this feeling of not quite enough, chasing flawlessness, refusing our own mistakes, our nervous system stays braced for impact. The body reads every self-judgment as a threat. Your heart rate climbs. Your muscles hold their tension. Your immune system stays on alert, unable to ever fully stand down because it's been told over and over that it isn't safe to rest. This is why you may often feel low, depleted, running on empty. Why deep sleep can feel so far out of reach at night. because your body senses your unease long before your mind puts words to it. But when you choose to set the judgment down, when your sense of worth stops depending on being liked, your vagus nerve begins to switch on, and slowly, your body's defenses can finally soften. Notice your breath easing. Notice your shoulders dropping. Notice your heartbeat settling into something steadier. This is what the science tells us. When we meet ourselves with acceptance instead of criticism, the body begins to heal itself. When we stop trading excellence for love, when we stop performing perfection to be noticed, when we stop erasing ourselves to meet the world's expectations, that is when we finally, slowly, take back the authorship of our own lives. And slowly, you come to understand, real confidence doesn't come from being liked all the time. It comes from not doubting yourself when you're not. Real self-assurance isn't about always appearing flawless. It's standing beside yourself gently and firmly, even in your clumsiest, most uncertain moments. Real worthiness was never about proving I am good enough to the world. It's the quiet knowing from somewhere deep inside that I already am. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to get it wrong sometimes. You don't have to shine to be worth seeing. You are allowed to be soft, ordinary, unfinished, and still be worthy of love, of care, of this world's steady, gentle response. Now, follow Tree's voice back to a small room deep in memory. Soft light falls through the window. A child sits by herself, small and quiet, twisting the hem of her shirt between her fingers, holding on so tight. She seems to be waiting for someone to answer, for an arm around her, for one kind word. But the room stays silent. So slowly, she lowers her head. She swallows the words she wanted to say. She blinks back the tears before they can fall. And she tucks that small self, the one who so badly wanted to be held, quietly away inside her. You walk toward her now. Look at her, how good she is. How quiet, how hard she's working not to be any trouble to anyone. And in this moment, you see her clearly, the self who has been holding on all this time, all by herself. There's nothing you need to say. Just open your arms and hold her, gently and without hesitation. Feel her breath against you, slowly beginning to steady. That child who was left waiting for so long. In this moment, she finally receives the answer she was always hoping for. An acceptance that arrives late, but that was never truly absent. You might tell her in the softest voice you have, "It's okay. You don't have to be so good all the time. You don't have to pretend to be strong or swallow your tears before anyone sees." The part of you that was always so careful, so small, thank you for holding on. From now on, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. No matter what you get wrong, no matter how clumsy you feel, in my arms you are always welcome, always adored. Stroke her hair softly once more. My beloved, I see you. Here with me. You don't have to be impressive. You don't have to be good or obedient or perfect. I love you without comparison, without conditions. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out. A person's true confidence was never about how far they've gone or how much they've won. Real confidence comes from somewhere quieter, the unconditional love you finally learned to give yourself. Place both hands over your heart and say to yourself, "My confidence doesn't come from perfection. It comes from accepting all of who I am. My worth doesn't come from excellence. It comes from simply being who I already am. My value doesn't come from applause. It is mine simply because I exist." Gently wiggle your fingers. Gently wiggle your toes. Feel your body resting against the bed or the floor beneath you. Feel yourself held steadily right now, exactly as you are. Open your eyes. Welcome back to this moment where you see yourself again and finally accept what you see. I'm Tree. Thank you for giving this time to yourself. Sweet one, you are worthy of being cherished in your imperfection, worthy of being accepted in your clumsiness, worthy of growing at your own pace, of blooming softly in your own time into whoever you truly want to be. I love you, simply because you are you.